Spoilers alert.
How many spoiler alerts have we got?
A lot.
I think we're at 4 now.
A lot.
Everyone else has just given up.
Yeah.
He's spoiling too much.
Oh, no, it's a drinking game. Whenever Jim says spoiler alert, you take a shot.
Sounds good.
You should have put that in earlier. I'll be drunk by now. Now you're going to have to do more spoiler alert.
I can edit it. Spoiler alert. I can edit this.
Now we're just going to say it randomly.
What's up, guys, and welcome to this week's episode of How Not to Summon a Ramble. We were rambling a bit too much, so we put this into a two-parter. Welcome back.
We actually have more alcohol left.
There's more drinks around the table. That's pretty much it.
We're still carrying on.
Sheeny's on his second.
Second.
I'm driving.
Oh, he's on his first.
Oh, what?
One and a half.
You suck. You ain't doing anything tomorrow. I don't know what you're on about. Leave your car in.
I'm not doing anything tomorrow.
He's going to a rum house with a girl he tried to have phone sex with.
Where he'll be.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about it? You want to talk about
No,
it?
I'm
You want
not
to talk
talking
about it?
about
Why
it.
not?
No,
Keep
absolutely
drinking.
The
Keep
people at
drinking.
home are hooked now.
No, they're really not.
Keep drinking.
Because it wasn't that.
We'll get this story.
Give me an example of what you said.
No.
Why not?
Because, no.
Will you wear
You don't want to get the audience involved.
Too R-rated for this show. Too sexy for this show.
It's definitely not.
Definitely.
It's really not.
wearing?
Yeah, I even went high pitch.
Yeah, I bet you did. Or
Tell me what you're going to do to me. Lots.
Lots.
Things and stuff.
Touch your boobies.
Flick your nips.
Who's flicking nips?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even like my nipples being
It's only
touched.
in Japanese porn
Who
that
likes their
happens.
nipples being touched?
No, thank
Why do
you.
they suck nipples in Japan?
What a
What's
way
that
to come
all
to
about?
this.
To be fair-
the men to the women's fine, but the women.
No.
Why do Japanese men like their nipples?
Equal
sucked?
nips,
And why
equal
do Japanese
licks.
men have such long nipples?
That's a good point.
Why are they so long?
It is a good point.
Anyway.
Did they use them for fishing? Did they dangle them in the water until a fish latched?
It's
on?
a koi.
The worst slow bro ever. You get a cloister on it.
What?
That's how slow pokes evolve into slow bro.
Yeah, but they'd
Yeah,
love
I
it.
know.
They
but
dip
what
their
are
tail
you,
in.
what are
They'd
you
love
going to
it.
become? A fucking Little Mermaid?
Do clams latch on?
I'm a merman.
And that's how Aquaman was made. Anyway, we're on about movies.
We're all about movies.
Before we actually ended, we were on about movies, and then we were on about nips.
What's going to be the next big hit?
What, movies?
Yeah, there's a lot coming out.
Deadpool 3, but that's never going to win an Oscar.
They're
'cause
finally making
the,
Wicked.
The only thing
It
that wins Oscars is a load of fucking shit.
It won't win an Oscar.
yeah, but it's glorified shit anyway.
It's crap.
Did anybody watch
No
the Oscars
offense,
this
no
year?
offense to Emma Stone, because she's a great actress.
Did anybody watch the Oscars this year?
I
but-
watched
No,
some of
nobody
it.
does.
Apart from knowing that what's his name got fucking naked for no reason.
John Cena.
Why?
John Cena. I mean,
They say it's part of the whole Hollywood humiliation rich guy
yeah.
thing, that he was a target for the rich and powerful to make the fun of him.
Yeah. Knock him down a peg and have a laugh at
Are you fucking joking me?
Yeah, it's a very
The
real
idea
thing.
is that the rich and powerful have this ceremony where they will pick somebody to humiliate at their own humour. And it was John Cena that they picked to humiliate
publicly
himself.
display. Yeah.
Which, by the way, is a fucking disgrace anyway.
If we're talking about Hollywood and its fucking disgraces,
P. Diddy?
have we what? I mean, that's right up there.
What's that?
Have we watched?
You not heard about P. Diddy?
No, I have not
yeah.
heard about P.
Oh,
Diddy.
there's a
And
lot going on.
There's a lot. There's too much.
I will just
Too
hesitate.
much.
I don't want libel.
It's
Before we
it's,
say anything.
It's as big as Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Let's
It's
put it
bad.
that way.
His
But-
boat, it
but-
rocked.
Unconfirmed. But unconfirmed.
But yes,
I wouldn't. Well, P. Diddy has.
it is
since,
speculated.
P. Diddy
Thank
has
you.
since fled to a country, Cape Verde, where he cannot be extradited.
Yeah.
I thought you'd been arrested.
No, he is hiding on a country that the USA have no power to pull him away from.
Yeah.
Because they didn't arrest him, they let him go.
On bail.
So then he
Yeah.
got on his plane and fucked off.
Yeah.
They'll get him. They'll get him. Let's be
Ladies
honest.
and gentlemen.
We got him.
Obama's coming out of retirement just for that.
Let's be honest. If they're more than willing to fucking hunt down what's his name, Edward Snowden, they'll fucking get him.
Edward Snowden fucked with the government, though.
Yeah,
That's a bit different.
but we don't know who's been fucking with the
Yeah,
government.
that's very
on
true.
this
The
side.
other one was the Nickelodeon scandal. I don't know if you've seen the documentary.
Drake and Josh.
Yeah, that Drake was part of it. Yeah,
He's the one that came-
Josh Peck.
No, Josh
Drake
came
Bell.
out.
Drake
One
Bell.
of them came out and to
Drake Bell was
tell
the one
all, weren't it?
Yeah, but even
what
though
happened?
he'd been prosecuted for talking to underage women, young girls.
Prosecuted
Yes.
or
No. He was prosecuted. Like
that's good. That can
He
stay
was
in. I'm
found
just
guilty.
clarifying.
But he
things.
came out and said Charlie Sheen found him between two trailers while they were doing a filming on Two and a Half Men. Covered him in vegetable oil and proceeded to do the unthinkable to a young man.
You leave Uncle Charlie out of this. Okay?
Mr. Sheen
Charlie
has an
Sheen.
investment in this.
Charlie Sheen is nothing but a role model. All right, that man sniffs cocaine off of hookers'
I
cracks.
wondered why you fucking carry around vegetable oil. Why Jim's always oily.
He was in a time period where he could do what the fuck he wanted,
Hey.
and I don't blame him for doing so.
Hey, vegetable oil is expensive these days.
But yeah, there's
Good old Uncle Charlie.
the guy at Nickelodeon, the one who was making all the shows, he got rumored that he got Amanda Bynes pregnant at 13 and then made her Amanda Bynes.
She did the iCarly?
No, Amanda Bynes,
Which
she
was
was a
she?
young Disney star, and then she did
I saw that video of Ariana Grande as well.
Ariana.
Where that guy's filming her when she's laying on the floor and she gets really funny about it and sits up, and you can see she's like visually distressed
Okay.
Yeah.
as he's trying to like put his
and
camera
some of the
around her
scenes
chest
that they
and
got
stuff
him to
like
do
that.
and stuff.
Can
is
we
horrendous.
just agree?
Didn't they do a scene with Ariana where she's like with whipped cream or something?
going all over her face and
Yeah,
shit.
something
Yeah,
like
it's
that,
like
yeah.
the suggestive scenes that if you just
Disney,
had
yeah.
that little bit, Nickelodeon,
Nickelodeon,
if
sorry.
you had that little bit, then the context would be horrendous. Which is supposedly the
It's all
plan. Is you
sexual
can make like a
It's sexual
compilation,
suggestion, isn't it? Let's be
of
honest.
underage.
Can we just
women.
agree that Hollywood is a fucking cesspool?
It's a cesspool. It's disgusting.
When you become so rich and powerful,
I would say detached from reality as well.
normal life's pleasures are meaningless to you. You then, like these people do, go looking for something else,
to tickle your fancies.
a fix to bring you some sort of.
Just do sex, drugs, and rock and roll like every fucking other. Don't go fucking around. With kids
Let's
and
not
fucking-
let's not
drinking
be
their blood.
look.
Yeah,
Let's
oh,
not be
God.
saying that
There
because
was- what was
I
it?
mean,
fucking who's the big smiley actress that never gets naked? She was in Pretty in Pink, Pretty Woman.
oh, Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock. There was that fucking interview with her where she got stem cells from the foreskin of a circumcised child in, I think, Thailand.
What?
And that's you pretty much used it in what is essentially face cream.
What?
Look,
Yeah.
there is a conspiracy
that
theory
weird.
that the rich and powerful consume the blood and bits and pieces of children to remain younger.
Specifically those with stem cells, because stem cells are cells that can become anything. They're not pre-programmed
Okay.
like the rest of your body.
Back
is.
to the conspiracy podcast.
That one with
But
Sandra Bullock
hold
is
on, hold
not
on.
conspiracy.
No,
she
no,
came out with it on, I think it was Ellen
Because
or something.
the way she's attained it is legal.
Yes.
Obtained it is illegal. Is legal.
Okay, for the rest of it, apparently.
Yeah.
I just need to add that in because
Yeah, tinfoil hat on, apparently.
Let's keep the libel.
I did say it's a conspiracy.
Let's
keep
I
it
said
legal.
it
Keep
was a
it legal.
conspiracy, but I can fully believe that if you are rich and powerful enough, and
Life's pleasures
and
become
life's pleasures are
extreme.
dull to you, then you look for the next fix.
Just drink wine,
If you
for
can,
fuck's sake.
if you can purchase anything you ever wanted, if you can do whatever you wanted, you then try to do the undoable.
Write a book.
Okay, but what's the difference between...
That
okay,
one
You
goes
just
writer.
do, and that's not me justifying what they do. It's me saying
Yeah.
I can
It's
see
the reason.
You can
reason
see the
that
mo-
they do the heinous shit that they do.
you can see the modus operandi to where they get
Absolutely, I can see it.
to. Okay, so what's the difference between that and politicians then half the time?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Politicians aren't
Do it too.
as such as rich and powerful as these people.
I mean, the American president gets like, what, 90 grand a year to be the
They're
president.
They're not. And the
but they're also
the Prime Minister here only gets £100,000.
Yeah, but also all of them are pretty much fucking millionaires anyway.
Yeah, but they're not peak rich and powerful.
Yeah,
there's also a big difference between being mega rich and mega powerful.
The difference is, well, Sheeny said one comes with status and the other one doesn't.
Jeffrey Epstein was powerful.
Yeah, he had status.
He brought people to the island and he filmed them and he created a catalogue of blackmailing material that made him untouchable.
There was that photographer that did the same thing for actresses.
Yeah,
and what's his name? Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
He was untouchable until he wasn't.
Yeah, and which is always the way.
But I think it only takes other powerful, rich people to turn on you that you lose your power.
No, it also can be like you.
Well, that's what happened to fucking.
Or you become so undefendable that nobody around you can then help you. Like Jeffrey Epstein, eventually it snowballed.
Yeah, all of a sudden
like Jim will fix it. Jimmy Savile lost his power when he died.
Rolf Harris.
And then everyone was like,
no, but
he's
that's
dead
it.
now.
Yeah, but that's it. That's half the problem, isn't it?
I think it's a bit. I don't like the fact that he was slandered after death. It just seems a bit like, well,
fuck him.
No, fuck it.
No. You should have punished this man while he was alive.
Yeah, but they couldn't.
Right,
but
they could have, but they were afraid because he was powerful.
Exactly.
The next best thing would be to slander his name for the rest of time.
Which is just as good.
I get it, but
so that the future generations don't go, well, that was fun.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I mean, we also...
Which is essentially what will happen to Nickelodeon's fucking back catalogue of any live show from the 90s onwards.
Let's be honest, he's the butt of jokes. These are the butt of jokes now, aren't they? Their names are the butt of jokes.
Everybody is now.
Yeah, Gary Glitter was...
But that's what I'm on about.
One was
all of them. Rolf Harris has become a butt of a joke.
That's
Jeffrey
what I'm on
Epstein
about.
is butts of jokes now.
But that's what I'm on about. Like, that is the worst thing to happen to them. Their name is no longer used
because it's not power anymore.
But that's what I mean. It's used as taking the piss.
Satire.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing that can happen to anybody at that level. They go from being...
I would argue not. The worst thing to them is probably being forgotten altogether.
Oh, that'll happen.
You can live in fame, or you can live infamous.
No, but that'll happen. Give him 10 years.
We all know who Ted Bundy is.
Give him 10 years. Give him 20 years. We won't remember who these people are.
Goddamn charismatic.
Have you seen him? Fucking what was going on in America at the time?
Nothing.
Was there a shortage of hot dudes?
Yes, they were all in Vietnam.
Everyone likes a bad guy.
Yeah, it's very true. And a murderer.
But that's what I'm on about. Like, these people will be forgotten. Through the passage of time, these guys will disappear.
I don't think people like Jeffrey Epstein will ever be
There won't be, no. They're too big. And the fact that you put any movie on from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, it'll say Jeffrey Epstein.
Shall I tell you why?
He was also killed in fucking weird circumstances.
That's the one.
In prison, yeah.
That's the one.
He hung himself in prison.
The security guard disappeared off his post. The security footage has disappeared. He was about to spill all the names of all the people.
That's the one.
And then all of a sudden, dead.
That's why he... Yeah, but that's why he won't...
No, he had more info than that.
Tons.
Like,
but that's what I'm on about, though.
Not flight logs.
They should have let the canary sing.
I have tapes, I have photos, I have names, I have everything.
He would have.
And he was going to, and fucking...
And
people
every
around
single one of them
was.
would have got away with it because they were in Pizza Express... chilling out.
Or not sweating.
Not sweating.
Apparently.
The problem is, even if he'd have dobbed in a mountain of names...
These
people are so untouchable.
No, half of them would have got away.
You're not doing anything about it. You're just not.
Yeah, half of them would have got away. There would have been some pariahs.
If you're powerful enough, you're just untouchable.
The problem is you couldn't replace Hollywood.
We don't need to.
It's a big problem.
I mean, it's a dead town anyway these days.
Gen Z and the like, and whatever the new generation is that's coming through as well.
Gen A.
Gen X.
I don't know what they're called.
No,
I don't know.
Generation
I don't know
X
if have we left Gen Z yet? I don't know. But the
Who
new
knows?
generations, the woke generations that are coming up now, they're not gonna. In all fairness, as woke as they are and as annoying as they are, because millennials, I feel like we were the perfect lot, where we were like, we don't give a shit what you do, just don't push it down my throat.
We were lucky because we were on the back end of playing outside and young enough to still understand and have the internet.
I think we were the we don't give a fuck generation, where we were like, do what you want, be what you want, don't shove it down
We're
my
also
throat.
the generation that looks the best. Like, I don't know if you've seen Gen Zers now that they're fucking hitting later.
Yeah.
Hell, they look 30. and fucking ones before us. Like, if you watch Ghostbusters recently, Dan Aykroyd in that is younger than you.
Yeah, but that generation isn't going to settle for what's going on.
No,
eventually, these elite, cynical, maniacal people, they're going to die.
Yeah,
they're going to die. And they're going to be replaced by a newer generation that's coming through that's not going to settle for it.
Us.
Millennials.
Millennials.
Tom Holland.
Which is worse.
Like Tom Holland.
It's a nice dude.
He's a nice guy, and you wouldn't think that he would be associated with anything like that.
That's worse.
And he isn't. He separates
worse,
himself.
Though.
Yeah. He doesn't want to be anywhere near Hollywood. He hates it.
Hey, but that's worse, though. Because we're the generation that is like, yeah, do whatever you want. We're the
but we're also
cool.
the generation that go, that's not right.
Yeah, we will.
I think we started snowball, but I think the next 2 generations we're going to tilt so far to being so woke that the needle's going to come back to the right place.
I think it'll go the other way.
Can you wholeheartedly say that if you wasn't an elitist and a group of elitists came to you and said, look, we do this and this is our society and this and that, can you wholeheartedly say you deny them?
Yes.
And that's our generation.
Fucking right.
No matter what, we turn around and go, I don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm happy where I am. I'm happy with my power and my fame. But that's enough.
You
for
just
me.
go, I'm not happy right here, but I'd be worse over there with you.
What I've got is enough.
Actually,
I get my fix from life itself.
We're
I'm
kind
good.
No,
we're
I could do
kind
with
of in
cocaine
the generation where
go to our coffee.
Even that wouldn't be bad. Like if you hit the papers for like the guy who does cocaine, people are going like, "Oh, he does cocaine." That's
great. I'm every comedian ever.
Do you know what I mean? People nowadays would look at that in a paper and go, "Well, at least he ain't touching kids."
Yeah,
they would. Actually, they would.
Oh, how the bar has moved.
That's the irony, isn't it? The guy drinks a lot and does cocaine and sleeps with loads of women. Cool. So what?
Lucky
women,
him.
darling.
I was about to say. Excuse me.
One of us around this table don't give a fuck.
But literally, like the generations would look at that and go,
25.
Oh, he's a bit of a bad dude, but I don't give a fuck. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, bad dude. I just like that classic rock star image is all you'd want, isn't
who's
it?
he hurting? Himself.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
anybody else? No, nobody else. He's just hurting himself. But then leave the guy alone.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing...
He's just trying to pickle himself to an early grave. Don't worry about it.
Right.
I mean, the other thing I can see happening with our generation is that we're the ones that are going to have to pick up all the shit that's currently going on.
We're the one... I think we're going to be the worst generation. The next generation is going to be better because now...
The Gen Zs.
As you recently bought a house, you recently bought a house, I recently bought a house. That's tough.
It is.
The next generation, 0% mortgage, $5,000 deposit. How much deposit did we have to put down? 20?
Plenty.
25?
10.
Yeah.
That was...
Yeah, but bear in mind, we're also out of London.
But you also paid a huge lump.
Yes.
Straight away.
Anyway, yeah.
Like,
regardless.
We're lucky.
They can literally deposit money into a bank account for 2 years, call it savings, in a specific ISA, and then go buy a house.
Yeah.
We never had that luxury.
Arguably,
they're fixing stuff in the right way and still trying to find a way to make money from it by investing that deposit and the bank making money.
To not go too political, did anybody see that apparently they're thinking about doing another vote to go back into the EU, by the way?
Brexit?
The irony is the British public are so stubborn that
they'll go, no, we don't care.
Even the ones that really wanted to stay would probably go, no, we've done it now, so we'll stay where we are.
Let's sum up.
Do you know what I mean?
Let's sum up Brexit. If you were over 55, you shouldn't have had a right to vote. It doesn't affect you. You're not going to live long enough to see the effects of what you've done.
I mean, they definitely
early
have.
retirement age and onwards. Yeah.
I mean, they definitely have. They've definitely seen the outcome.
They've still got their massive pension, which we won't get.
Unfortunately, they're the only ones who get off their asses and go to voting polling stations.
That's the problem.
They do.
Although on Brexit and
a lot more people went.
Well, a lot more people went. Like it was the biggest voting.
But also a lot of
Britain.
uneducated people.
People
who knew nothing about what they were voting
fucking patriotic, I'm air quoting patriotic fucking English fucks went and fucking voted wrongly because they're stupid.
Because they were voting for immigration and immigration.
Yeah,
laws.
see,
the funny... no one took your jobs. You're too lazy to work. What are you doing? What are you talking about?
Guys, strangely enough, though, and I'll say it on here, I voted to leave
I voted
And
leave.
the exact
I voted
reason why I voted leave has come to fruition. I decided that every time, and bear in mind, out of the three of us here, I'm pretty certain I do the most political watching and watching blooming Question Time and all the fucking MPs questions and stuff like that.
You probably take in more.
Yeah. Before we left, I was able to sit there and listen to our politicians constantly go, it's Europe. It's Europe. It's Europe's fault. Everything that we're doing is Europe's fault. Every time we fuck up, it's Europe's fault. If we've put a tax in, it's Europe's fault. I went, do you know what? I've had enough. They keep talking about all these unelected politicians that are doing it. I elected you. You do it. Now, guess what? You're getting the fucking blame for it.
Yeah, they
and
can't
do you
blame
know
Europe.
what? It's exactly what I said is
The country
happening.
hasn't got better.
That's the thing. That's why.
Taxes are still the same. It's not got worse.
No. But let me just finish that. Because guess what? They're now getting the blame that they should be getting for the fuck-ups that they do.
God,
They're
Tory
now
government.
accountable for their actions. Now, it's the first
I've
time.
never been Tory. I've always been a Tory.
Yeah, but it's the first time in a long time
I grew
our
up poor north,
politicians.
so I'm Labour all the
Hey,
way. But I
it's
think
the-
that's a regional and...
I'm saying, though, it's the first time in a
Income
long time,
balance.
and the Americans won't get this, it's the first time in a long time our politicians are actually liable for their actions.
Being
And
held
people are
accountable.
going,
But they're not
you
being
are
held
the
accountable.
problem. They are.
No, they are now.
They are
And
now.
And the Tories.
Rishi
have-
Sunak has only gone further in the world than
Yeah,
lesser.
but he's an unelected leader, and
And he's
that's
about to
because
become unelected.
We're binded by the rules of
The
you
election
get your
process.
4-year terms, no matter who's
Yeah.
in charge.
Yeah.
I
Unfortunately,
mean, Labour fucked up.
you're
in the
wrong
last
if you're
one.
voting for a person anyway. You're
Let's be-
wrong
yeah.
if you're going, I like him, so
There's
I'll
no
vote for
right
his party.
answers.
It's not.
There's-
You're voting for the party.
Yeah, there's no... When it
I
comes
mean,
to parties,
if we want to really talk about that, then our political system is fucked anyway, because actually, yes, we are voting for a person, but we're not,
But you shouldn't.
because
be.
we're voting for a party.
You are, yeah.
Because actually, if it was sensible like
You're
that...
voting for a majority government.
Yeah, but this is what I'm on about, though. If we were actually being sensible like that, then yes, you should be voting for that individual to go and vote for your right, for your area.
They're the
But
figurehead, aren't
the
they?
problem is, everybody's in a party. If it was all everybody's individual, and there is a head
you
of
could-
state that actually comes to us and goes, hey guys, I've got these plans. And then they go to a vote and they go, no.
Well, that's why
no.
America's governed differently, though, isn't it? It has its.
But
own,
that doesn't work.
It has its.
Oh,
own-
that doesn't work though because there's too many people blooming doing fucking backhanders and
Yeah,
shit like that. And let's not even talk about the American system
Oh,
where
there's fucking shit. Oh, there's
Yeah.
X amount of seats, and because you got X amount of votes, you're going to take up a percentage of these seats. Shouldn't work like that.
no,
There should be
independence.
That what there should be is equal seats for every party, and then whoever gets voted in, their party representative, their party leader, is the one that presents and is the first and foremost the first word and the last word.
Should be a republic. And you guys,
Communism.
no, a republic. A republic is very different. And
No,
actually,
I
let's be
think
honest.
we should have a dictatorship.
I mean,
One guy stands above the
I mean,
rest.
technically it works,
I mean,
but it only works for a select
that's just a
people.
monarchy with extra steps.
Then
it
go
is.
back to a monarchy. I don't care.
It doesn't work.
Could
But
be any
we
worse.
still have a monarchy,
And that doesn't
that's-
work.
They
No,
put
we don't.
the-
They're literally for
Figureheads.
they're literally for show than anything. now.
technically, they're not, but in the last 200
Technically,
years,
he could
they
walk
are.
in and dissolve government.
Yeah,
He could.
exactly.
But what
But he
I'm,
doesn't. He
what
won't. He
I'm
has no
talking
say.
about,
He just signs a piece of paper on the dotted line.
Yeah.
Once he doesn't even fucking read
Does
what
a
goes through
congratulations
Parliament.
handshake.
but
That's
what
it.
I'm talking about is I'm talking about a regional republic. Now we're doing it currently slowly because we are actually devolving our government. Like, I get it, America, you won't get this, but our counties are like your states, and they're getting more power slowly. Like, everything used to be centralized in the UK, so yeah, I won't bore you with all the details, but we are slowly moving to more of a state-based system. But I like that idea because local people should have more views on actually where their fucking money goes in their local area, but that should be scaled throughout the country. So it
But
should
then
be.
You're going to end up with places like it used to be, where the north is massively poor,
No,
and the
you
southern
you
states
need
are
a
going to be
mixture of people
massively
in
rich.
government. You need a mixture of people. You can't just
Yeah.
have elitists sitting there.
No, you can't.
You can't
Which is
have-
what we've
you can't-
got.
Yeah, which is
Posh school
unfortunately what you
snobs
want.
that have never fucking worked a day in their
Okay.
life.
You need normal people who have a good understanding of.
Okay, so what about this? So what about this, right? We keep the regular parliament that we have, the House of Commons. Okay, dissolve the Lords.
Get rid of House of Lords.
No,
House of Lords is
but
stupid.
replace it.
Yeah, well, that
Replace
has to-
it
should
with
go.
a county,
It should be a county.
a county-based
The
republic,
House of Lords is fucking stupid.
where you
course it's
vote
stupid.
for a county councillor. You
Tax-free
vote for
haven.
one.
So
You
House
vote
of-
for one,
the best way,
and
to,
he goes in there and he votes based on what they bring
The
through.
House of Counties.
Yeah, the House of Counties or something like that.
I'm going to help our Americans because they're not going to know what the House of Lords is.
Yeah.
Essentially, it is like a
Tax haven.
debate team with 40 different teams
and
competing at once.
all getting paid between 70 and 80,000 pounds
tax
each,
Yeah.
dodging.
tax free.
And they get a budget on top of that for living expensive and
Yep.
food and travel. And
And you only get in by being elected.
yeah,
No, you don't.
Yeah, you get handed the title.
You get
yeah,
given it.
You get given the title.
Yeah, you get given. They all go, oh, we'll bring this person
So,
in. He's now a
anybody,
lord.
anybody in
Yeah.
America that wants to know about this, and you want to talk about how shit the fucking UK is, imagine your Congress, and imagine every single one of those is unelected, and imagine there's 800 of them,
And talking at the same time.
and some, and
Because
some.
they're allowed to just fucking jibber jab or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck they want. And
Or
then
fall asleep.
or fall asleep very famously.
And imagine that your House of Lords
Or even watch porn.
has to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah.
Let's not forget that one of them was sitting there watching porn on his phone when he was supposed to be discussing, the state of the fucking country.
We've
mean,
all been there.
let's talk about let's talk about it where you guys would really understand it. Let's imagine the budget's coming through, and it has to be decided, or else your country shuts down. Because I know you guys do it for every single fucking year. All right. Let's imagine that the House of Lords is your fucking Congress, and they go, nah, we're not going to do it. And you haven't voted them in there to be able to go, nah. They just get to go, nah, we're still going to get paid, even if, the rest of you don't get paid.
Yeah.
That's basically
It's a
what it
stupid
is.
system.
And this is why I said, an elected, there's 32 counties, that's 32
Historic,
people.
isn't it? That's why it's still there.
Yeah, and it should
Yeah,
be gone.
because it's grandfathered in from something that was around from
Outdated.
the
And it should be
Roman
gone.
era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, the Romans brought it to us, or the Greeks,
Yeah.
and
So-
during invasions, and we've kept it going. It's
So-
outdated. It doesn't
Actually,
work.
it's from William the Conqueror.
It doesn't
level.
speak to the people. If you want the people to speak, allow elected officials.
Yeah, but
to
they don't want
replace
the
lords.
people to speak. Because if they did, they'd Brexit.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
But if you would have got one person that per county that voted, and each county's
32 of them.
vote was worth the same.
The same.
So if you go, my county votes to stay, not the individual vote of every single person. You just go, my county votes to stay, mine votes to leave.
Did they
And
not
do
do
it
that,
that.
though?
No.
No, they didn't.
No, there was a table out there to show which was the
Counties
majority
were voting
by
what?
county.
Yeah.
And
But it
spoiler
was
alert,
the votes were individual.
spoiler alert, they voted to leave.
Yeah.
Because
did.
actually, via counties, the amount of counties and areas that voted to leave was considerably more than the ones that wanted
But the
to
ones
stay.
that voted to stay were considered the
populous.
higher,
Were bigger. Yeah.
the
bigger.
higher educated places.
I mean, okay, but also
No,
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 you're
in
talking like
fairness-
huge
in fairness-
universities,
In
London.
fairness, to a degree, I think if you don't know anything about politics and you're very uneducated, you shouldn't be stepping into a polling booth.
You shouldn't know.
true. There
You
is-
shouldn't
If you-
have a
if-
say in your
If you,
country.
if you failed your GCSEs and dropped out of college, you should not be able to vote.
If you don't know a single thing about politics or anything like that, you shouldn't. Just because you're old enough doesn't mean that you know what's best.
Which is true. I agree with that as well.
Like there
There
should,
should be like an entrance test.
there should
Do
be,
you know
there
what this
should-
terminology
there should
is?
Be some sort of education.
No, that
Oh no, no!
Process
Don't
around
get
it.
started on that. Like
that sounds like
no one in school.
That sounds like
we
Jim.
learn to cook in school. We don't learn to balance a bank. We don't
I was
learn
about
to
to
sort
say.
out our taxes.
But
We
you
don't
should-
learn
you
to
should know
manage
what
our
you're
income.
voting.
Yeah, but let's be
But that
honest.
should be
As
part of it. We study fucking RE religions around the fucking world that we don't need
There
to
should be
fucking know
politics.
about. It should be a
It-
politics
there was.
class.
It was called general studies.
yeah, and that was an elective which you could take.
Yeah. It wasn't mandatory.
No,
and
which it
general
should be.
studies was
no
about
one
politics.
took it because you were all fucking wanted to bung off
Also,
and get stoned.
the only thing
And then the only
and
time
it
you
was a class
study
you could
politics
drop.
is if you took it as a
The-
university degree.
Yeah.
Yep. And the only thing I would say about that is, if we really want to talk about politics in fucking education, I don't think it would work, because I remember my education back at fucking high school, and honestly, talking to one of my teachers about being conservative was fucking hard, because
But
every single one of them was a fucking Labour voter.
It shouldn't be a full class. What it should be is this is a life class. We're going to teach you to balance your bank account. We're going to teach you
Apply for a mortgage.
about fucking mortgage and rates,
Which
and
they don't do.
interest rates. We're going to teach you about how to cook and survive by yourself. We're going to teach you what terminologies mean.
Home ec.
Home ec, yeah. We're going to teach you what terminologies mean in the political system.
Yeah.
What you do with that understanding of those
It's up to
terminologies
you.
is up to you, but we will teach you what they
The
mean
options
by
there.
them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you go
know.
out and make the decision by yourself, having an understanding somewhat of it, rather than
The-
foreigners are bad, they're stealing jobs.
Yeah, I don't
The
understand
irony
that.
is, as a teenager, you don't want to fucking listen about that because it's the
You
furthest
don't.
thing
That's
from
boring.
it's the furthest thing from your mind at that point in your life.
Even
When
home
you're-
ec, you were
when
like,
you're
oh, I
six-
get food out of it.
Yeah, when you're 16 years old and somebody's like, I want to teach you about mortgages, you go, oh, I'm fucking miles away from that. I don't want to hear
And then when you
about it."
get to
No,
it,
you're
you
not.
go, oh
And then you
shit.
want to hear about it, and then you sit there and you go, school should have fucking taught me about mortgages. And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, but
But
if
that's
school
just
would
it.
have tried to teach you about mortgages, would you have
Right,
listened?
but the people...
I
in a-
would say 80% wouldn't.
Yeah,
the
but they
people in
can
the
still at
position-
least turn around and go, well, we
We
taught
do
you.
the same with
But they can say
science.
we tried.
do the same with math. We
I
all
agree with
go,
that.
when do we use a
What's
math?
the
And every
point of
day when
math?
I've got a calculator.
Apart from basic mathematics,
Mm.
there's no need for any other math.
No.
Algebra, absolutely fucking pointless. in all
Unless
life.
you're going into a
a job
science-based field job.
anything complicated mathematically should be introduced as an A level only.
Elective.
An A level.
Elective.
An A level.
An elective.
You
Which is
decide to
GCSE
take it.
elective.
It's a GCSE
Or a
elective.
GCSE elective. Yeah,
I mean,
fair enough.
they should still put through math,
Basic,
but
basic, yeah.
it should be basic math as a
Absolutely.
GCSE.
English
Basic
mandatory.
science. It should be basic science.
Science, I could see.
Biology,
being-
you should have a basic understanding of biology.
Chemistry. All your bits and pieces.
Chemistry, again, within reason.
Yeah, but that chemistry stuff comes in handy much later on when you're reading the ingredients on the back of stuff and you go, what the fuck is that? A basic kind of understanding of the Latin terminologies
How
for
often
chemical
do you read
compounds.
ingredients before you shove
Oh,
something in
all
your
the
face?
Very
Yeah.
rarely.
All the time.
I don't.
I won't use a product if I haven't read the ingredients.
I can tell you, you've been shoveling down those beers for the
I
last
know
hour.
what's in beer.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't read ingredients on anything. I shove into my face, put
Yeah.
on my body.
Job
No, I
done.
do.
I mean, I read the red, green, fucking yellow thing sometimes, which was
Fat content,
yeah,
sugar content, carbohydrate
which was a
content.
great fucking idea, because guess
Yeah.
what? I could look at that and go, yes, that's red. I'm still going to read
All I
it.
need to know
but
is
it's red.
But I
chemical
know it's red.
Chemical symbols for can I touch it? No.
Yeah, I mean, he's right.
Is it dangerous?
He's
a
right.
big skull says I shouldn't play with it.
Yeah, but
That
you're
says I'm
going,
gonna die.
you're going down the old.
I shouldn't drink that fluid.
Yeah, but
That's
you're
it.
going down the old school method of you used to really have a trade before you got to the end of school. Really, you basically, and this is the old school thing. There used to be, which it is now. It's like, oh, everybody can be everything, but really, what it should be is no. You're actually too dumb to do science.
Well, they do.
You
to do that. When I
probably
was at
should
school,
do-
You had a careers meeting, and it's like you're good at this,
I was
you're
gonna-
bad
you
at
should
these
main-
classes,
You should be encouraged to mainly focus on the things that interest you the most.
And
yeah.
that
And
is
if
the
that's
thing.
which
science-
is usually what you're good at.
If
Yeah,
that's
which is
science,
usually what
if
you're good
it's
at.
history,
Very
if it's
rarely.
anything like that, then you should be allowed to pursue that more intently than the other things that are just forced upon you.
But I also believe that these are the formative years. What interests you at 13 might not interest you at 18.
I am evidence of that. I
Exactly.
did my degree in computer science and have never used it because I fucking
and
hate
people
it.
don't. We worked with
I
a guy who had a
fucking hate
master's
it.
degree in archaeology,
Exactly.
Gareth.
Yeah.
And where's he work? He was a supervisor at a fucking discount store.
Which is also partially down to the fact of the reality of the world, which is, you can have that
You're not Indiana
degree.
Jones. Go get a real job.
No, but also it's more of the fact
Want to
of
work in a museum? You're gonna wait. You're gonna have to
You're
wait
gonna
until
have to
everybody
wait.
fucking dies.
and that is the thing. Like
They're
a
in
lot
that
of
job
it,
until they're 90.
a lot of it
grandfathered
is,
in.
You can become a rocket scientist, but guess what? There's not a lot of those fucking jobs around. So good job. If there's like fucking 500 of you,
You want to be an astronaut? Good fucking luck.
Join
Well,
the
most
army.
of them start as
Because
test pilots or
the process.
Join
is,
the military.
yeah.
Or go on a TV show.
Yeah. good
No, there
point.
was that astronaut TV show. Do you remember
Yeah.
where they had the candidates and they put them through the astronaut tests, and then the final one became an astronaut.
I'm afraid they
For
are.
NASA.
I'm afraid.
There's one English one.
Yeah, I
isn't
know.
there?
Yeah.
Is it Curry or what's
Yeah,
his name?
Tim Curry.
It is Tim Curry.
No, it's not Tim
No,
Curry.
No, who the fuck is it? Who's the only?
How'd you do it?
Is it Tim?
Yeah.
Tim something? Is it not?
Tim Peake. Tim Peake.
Is it Peak? Hold on.
Tim Peake sounds familiar.
But just schools need to actually start basing
It is Tim Peake.
They need to start basing students based on what they actually can do.
They need to. I mean, I'm all for people wanting jobs that they're not good at if they're passionate about it, and I love it. Because the opposite end of the spectrum is me. I went into a career I didn't want to have, and I hated it. But there should be very honest conversations saying you're not for that.
When you turn 16, I don't think before then you should be given the ability to go.
you should be
try
Like,
everything.
when you're 14 and they go, "What GCSEs do you want to do?"
No, it shouldn't be like that though, because it's just like I don't know what I want to
Yeah.
fucking be.
You can that, and then you do your mock exams, don't you? You have your mock GCSE exams.
Yep.
At that mock point, they go, if you want to be an astronaut or you want to be a scientist, and you're like, I want to work in a lab, and then you get a D on science, you go, probably not for you, mate.
But that was the point in
but-
having a careers advisor, wasn't it?
You're really
they were
good.
shit.
You're really
Yeah,
good
of
at
course they were,
art.
because they weren't fucking bothered.
And
No.
Yeah, because they didn't care. You get someone in that will
But
tell
you
the truth.
yourself should know that if your grades aren't there, you're not going to get that job.
But we're
Well,
told
it really
to have
should-
hopes and dreams and
No,
shoot
no.
for the moon.
Yes, but
Yeah,
then you've
and
got to
that's the
fucking
problem.
work towards them, aren't you? You can't sit there and go, I don't want to listen, I don't want to study, but I want to go to space.
Yeah, but the thing
Well,
is,
sorry,
right?
mate, but you've got to put the fucking graft in.
Yeah, but the thing is as well, right? We could do that these days. They could quantify that. They could sit there in a room and actually sit down with somebody and was like, cool, you want to be a fucking astronaut? Right, here's your chance. Here is the
These are the
percentage
exact
chance.
things that you need to do.
Yeah.
and know.
Yeah.
No, they can
Now
do
it's up
that.
to you if you
Here
do
are
it.
multiple
No.
choices of the career paths to get to that goal. Here's the qualifications
means of
that you
getting
need
there.
to do
Yeah.
that. Good luck.
Yeah,
Here's
but
the
they,
process you must go through.
yeah, but they can quantify that even into a percentage. They'd be able to go, here's all the stuff for you. By the way, even if you do all that stuff,
Yeah.
you've
still
still
only got
got
a
a 2% chance.
Yeah.
But guess what? Based on your current results, you could become an electrician with a 67% chance. And do you want to learn about electricity?
The problem is you're also then potentially pushing off somebody who
Pigeonholing
could
people.
actually
Which is
become something, because you might put them off at an early stage when actually that person could have actually got to a point where they
But that will
grafted
tell
hard
if
enough.
you got someone
That would tell
was-
based on the person that they were.
Yeah, if you got someone in a position to have that conversation with a young adult who was psychologically qualified to do so and recognize greatness in someone and go, you've only got a 2% chance, but having spent some hours with you,
You've got the
having
drive
looking
to
at
do
your
it.
grades, the way you're talking about it, I've got faith.
Yeah. But then
And even if you
would
don't
need a
make
highly
it-
qualified person to sit there and
Yeah.
say that to them.
And schools can't pay that, but
No,
even
they
if
can't.
you don't make it, you're going to be the greatest test pilot this side of the Mississippi.
I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest as well, right? You know yourself when you've done the right thing and when you really want to do something, because I can tell you from personal experience, god damn it shows when you want something. Because I'll personal experience share. I always wanted to join the military. Spoiler for this one.
I'm shocked.
I was
The man
going
that did
to...
uniform services.
no, I didn't ever do
No, he
uniform
was a
service.
cadet.
Oh,
so
you were
weren't
a
he?
cadet,
Air
weren't
cadet.
you?
He was
Yeah.
an air cadet.
I wanted to join the Air Force.
and
And
then he
I,
went in with him
yeah,
back in the day when we were both at fucking... We were both going to sign up to be reservists.
I mean, I was going to do that anyway, but basically, I was going to go in and become, and I'm waiting for it. I can hear the boos already coming. I was going to become, when I went to the Army recruitment or the Air Force recruitment
You're saying
offices.
MP?
MP.
Of course.
I was going to become a
Mate, the way that you walk screams fucking police in one way or another.
There we go. I was going to become a military police officer. I'm waiting for
The irony
boos.
is that only one of us has actually been a cop.
And it's the most corrupt one out of the three of us.
And it's me.
If the shoe fits, all right?
But
I wore that uniform for 2 years.
You murdered someone. Well, you've got a pretty nice rack.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can sort some of that.
But spoiler onto this one, guys. I went into that recruitment office and I just wanted to be a basic military police officer. But my God, I had the drive to do it. And when I went into that recruitment, I did the tests and everything like that and got to the end of those tests and I was like, oh shit, I think I've failed. I was like, I don't think I've done very well. Spoiler, went into the recruitment office afterwards, was sat down by 2 recruitment officers and they put maybe 100 jobs in front of me and went, are you sure you want to be a military police officer? Based on your information that you've actually fucking done and all the tests, you could become a fucking pilot if you wanted to. And I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, you fucking aced our tests. You did everything because I wanted it at the time. I fucking got fit. I mean, you guys know it. One of you guys knows it. I became really fucking super fit at the time. Put all my fucking work into it. And I went, no, I still think I'll be an MP. And then they were like, do you want to become an officer? I was like, yeah, I'll become an officer. I might as well. And I went to basic training, got to the fucking camp and that. Spoilers alert.
How many spoiler alerts have we got?
A lot.
I think we're at 4 now.
A lot.
Everyone else has just given up.
Yeah.
He's spoiling too much.
Oh, no, it's a drinking game. Whenever Jim says spoiler alert, you take a shot.
Sounds good.
Oh, you should have put that in earlier. I'll be drunk by now. Now you're going to have to do more spoiler alerts.
I can edit it. Spoiler alert. I can edit this.
Now we're just going to say it randomly.
So, eyesight got fucked. I got all the way through. Eyesight
That wasn't
got
his
fucked.
eyesight. Everybody's colourblind.
Yeah, I'm
No,
not
just-
colourblind
You
though.
wanked too much. You
colour
went
blind.
cross-eyed.
I got
Everything was
green,
red.
the green. Actually, I got a green deficiency.
Oh, there you go.
And they were like,
deficiency.
well, yeah, I see
You
green
can't
differently to everyone else.
appreciate grass.
No, green is different to me than it is to you guys.
Different shade.
Which is kind of important in the military when green uniforms. So I couldn't do it, basically. So they were like, yeah, tough. And here's your choice after all of that. It was cook or logician. And I was like,
Cook.
cook,
Or what?
logician.
A magician.
No, logician. Logistics and stuff like that.
Logistics.
And I was just like,
A logician.
A logician.
well, that's what it
Are we sure that's a word?
is.
Logician.
Logician.
I like the sound of it.
It
I don't
is
know if it's a
logician.
thing.
I do magic with math.
I'm a logician. Numbers.
Where's the IED? Where's the IED? There.
Actually, that's a bombgician. Alright? And they're in a very different field. And it's a respectable goddamn field. So you put some good fucking respect on
Field
it.
surrounded by mines.
They're not in the field anymore because they're dead.
They've sorted
They
it.
said they could find them, not fucking disarm them. Go poking bombs, you're going to have a bad time.
So yeah, if you want to do something, it is possible to fucking do it. Like, unfortunately, I'm a bad case, but
Is this your gung-ho speech? Is this like a big go chase your dreams?
no, but it is like
Spoiler
you
alert.
can do it. Yeah, spoiler alert. You can fucking do it if you put your mind to it. It is one of those where your parents turn around to you and go,
You could do it.
"Oh,
Put
you
your
could
back
do it."
into it.
Well, it is.
You could do it if
Like,
you're being
you
cute.
could do it if you actually put your
No,
fucking
just
mind
do
to
it.
it.
That's Nike.
And considering I was
And you
fucking,
know it.
It's actually just Nike.
I mean,
It's Nike.
considering I'm,
It's the Greek god.
It's Nike.
It's the
No,
god
the
of
Greek
victory.
god is Nike.
It's Nike.
Nike.
It's Nike.
It's Nike.
N-I-K-E.
I don't think it's Nike.
It's Nike.
Not
You've got it
Nike.
wrong,
It's
sir,
100%
because
Nike.
there's no Y on the end.
It doesn't have to be.
I think it's Nike.
It's Nike.
I'll stand on this hill, sir.
As an Englishman, I expect nothing less.
Spoiler alert! I'm standing on this hill.
How many shots are we in now, guys? So
We hope you're drunk in part 2
Bruce
of the
has hit the
Ramble,
fucking
everybody.
floor. He's done.
Bruce has hit the floor.
Pour one out for Bruce. He's there.
Taylor's a hard-working man. He can do
But
it.
yeah, you can fucking do it if you actually put your mind to it. I'm pretty certain everybody.
We need the wedding invites.
Right on a t-shirt.
FYI, we need the wedding invites.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We do.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I expect paper copies.
We actually will be coming. It's like
So, spoiler alert.
That's 8 or 9.
breaking news.
Okay.
I
Mr.
invited
Grayson
Taylor
is
to the
married.
wedding.
Fuck off.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Is he coming?
He might.
Oh, okay.
He's going to see if he can get time off work.
Ooh,
Hold
you
on.
can give him a lot of fucking time.
I didn't know. So if you don't show up, mate, no hard feelings.
There is
I
hard
just thought
feelings.
I'd return the gesture,
There is hard feelings. You need to turn up.
and we could do it.
Okay? All right? No.
If you do turn up, we'll record an episode with you.
Fuck off. That means
We'll do a scenario with you.
fuck off. That means I've got to fucking set up and everything for that. Oh no.
It's already set up. I'm looking at the fourth mic, you lunatic.
Yeah, but there's like 3 beer cans in front of it, and it's like a whole thing, and like, I'm gonna have to get the levels, and you know.
As our original fan, I thought I'd invite him to the wedding.
I thought that was Fran.
No, she's not a fan anymore. She's a member of the podcast.
That's a good point. She's out
Our
for this episode.
former biggest fan.
She's out now.
The artist formerly known as.
If you turn up, then you can come along, and you'll actually get to see where I live, which
Yeah.
is weird.
Which is weird.
And we actually haven't actually spoken.
To be fair, that's how
about-
Gavin Free
I
got into the
cannot
company.
wait
That
for
is.
us to go to Detroit.
Oh, no.
I cannot wait.
I
Oh,
am
fucking everyone.
And I'm going to go for a while as well.
Don't give me that look. I'm fucking the lot of them.
Man, I'm just going to come to the side here. He's married. For everyone that's actually out there.
I have a very modern relationship.
Not that fucking modern.
No, you know.
I cannot wait.
Fran will batter the shit out of you.
She won't. She'll
before
allow
that
it in the worst way possible.
I can't wait.
You wait.
It's
You'll
gonna
end
be
up.
like looking
Your
back at the
balls
videos.
will be back on a fence before the end of this year.
It's going to be like
That's an inside joke, and I thought of that. It's not confident. Everyone knows.
Everyone knows
It's
about your
gonna be like
balls.
the
balls open.
videos at the end of fucking Hangover. That's what it's going to be
That's
like.
what. If we get there, genuine invite. That's what it'll be. We're getting ruined. We will make that place better.
And we're going to be there for a while.
We'll be
We're going to
loud.
hang around.
We're hilarious.
We're going to go well beyond we're welcome.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep going.
We're crashing at your place for 2 weeks. You might be going on a honeymoon. We don't care.
Spoiler alert. Your house is still open.
The spoiler
You've
alert is
seen the parties in American Pie, right? We do
I
it
am.
better.
I am
we'll
doing.
leave when we want to leave.
I'm doing Wolf
Alright.
of Wall Street shit.
Wolf of Wall Sheet. It's just Jim.
I ain't leaving.
I ain't
Just
fucking
Tim
leaving.
taking a nap.
I ain't fucking leaving.
I ain't fucking leaving.
I ain't fucking leaving.
That's us pulling up in the Lambo,
Yeah.
rolling out.
Oh. Wait, can we rent out a Lambo?
It's America. We can do what the fuck we want.
I think we can rent out 3 muscle cars and drive down the road together in them. Why not?
I said a Lambo. I didn't
I'll
say
take an
3 of them.
E46.
Well, fuck off.
That's beautiful.
Right, you can go
Or
in
a
your
Charger.
We're coming in hot and heavy.
Or a
That's
Dodge
right.
Dart. I'd fucking drive around.
We're coming
a
in
Dart.
hot and heavy to America.
We might want to be for law enforcement. That's not the same thing as what you think it is.
We're British. We don't carry guns.
No, but we do have a history of colonizing. So if we get to a place,
The summoning boys are going to take over Detroit.
you're damn right.
The new Senate. They're going to come with a big red flag behind us.
I mean,
It's gonna
are we
be
not-
Mr.
amazing.
President, Detroit's gone separatist.
We've lost Detroit. We've lost them. Detroit's gone dark. What happened? Well, you see, the 3 summoning boys came over, sir.
They're here for a wedding. They stayed longer.
They never left.
The redcoats
Where are
coming.
they now? We don't know, sir. They've gone
Why
dark.
is it done into Spaceballs?
Yeah. Where were they? Now. Sorry.
Go back to then. We can't say.
Get Detroit back. We can.
Why not? We've already passed.
I feel like I would do quite well in Detroit.
Yes.
You really wouldn't.
I feel like I
Us
would.
whiter
You've
than
never
white
been to
individuals.
America. It's a
I
scary place.
feel like I
we
would.
get on with fucking everybody.
Oh yeah.
I don't think
Okay,
we'd
fine.
have a single fucking problem.
So I
think, genuinely, I truly believe Jim could walk down the hood and he'd be fine.
The hood.
and I think he'd be fine.
That's because they just see him as a white dude, and then he opens his mouth. Like, oh, a terribly sorry.
I think he'd avoid being mugged and everything.
Everyone avoids it. No one goes looking for it.
Joke's on you. My money would be on a string.
His money don't jiggle jiggle.
It doesn't. It folds. And I'd like to see it wiggle wiggle.
I went to straight away. I went to
The man has his wallet on a chain.
no addresses or anything. I went
Fanny
to
pack.
the
I'll have you
Reddit
know.
for his town's page on Reddit,
Okay.
and was like, "What is there to do in this town?" I kid you not. Within 5 messages, some fucking like genuinely attractive black chick was like, "Well, me and my friends are going out tonight," and I was like, "What?" We're good.
It's going to be a good
We're
trip.
good.
I am going to enjoy
It's gonna be a
going
good
down
trip.
into
I'm going to be sandwiched between everything.
what? A bun.
Nicki Minaj, if I can help it.
I
I don't know what
care.
you're doing, Nicki. I know you listen. But
I-
I'll be in America.
I truly believe that we'll be
If
fine.
we have Nicki Minaj listening, retweet us. Like,
Please, for the love of God.
No. Just tweet me. Slide into my DMs.
it's not happening. Imagine if somebody
You
who's
slide that whap over here right now.
WAP.
My anaconda do want
Oh,
some.
no. White than white doesn't know what WAP means. Please tell us what WAP means.
It's
No, please. It
no,
means
no,
something.
It's an acronym.
It's 3 words.
White ass pussy.
Hey!
he's more gangster than we know.
Definitely going to be fine in the hood.
That's rock. That's not gangster. There we go. One finger makes all the difference. Now it's just sexual.
Now it's sexual.
I can't wait to go on tour.
Summoning boys on tour.
Babies everywhere.
We should bring one mic. Just one.
Three.
Share it.
No, 3. I don't know what you're on about. 3 mics. We sit down, we record an episode at
During
his wedding.
the wedding.
What's up and
A
welcome
live
to...
commentary.
We just make him a wedding tape. We
Yeah.
interview people.
A commentary. No, come sit with us. How do you know the groom?
Oh, could you imagine if we did that fucking change my mind table type thing?
Change my mic.
Louder a crowder or whatever he's called. We just put some mics on. Like, come have a seat. Come have a
Come sit
seat.
with us. Why are you here? Do you know him?
I'm the father.
They're like, do you know him? No.
We know enough.
No, he knows us. We're internet famous.
We're barely.
40 downloads a week.
Barely.
We are going out there with business cards.
Oh, yeah.
We are going out there pretending that we are some sort of
Hot
fucking
shots.
hot shot British fucking podcast.
I'm turning up with
We don't
fluffy
need
coats.
to. We'll just
We
say
are.
we know Hugh Grant. They think England's that small.
We do.
Do you
He's
know
next
how,
door.
Do you know how much I'm pimping up my British accent?
Oh,
I am going to be
You
the
won't
most
have to try.
precious motherfucker.
You won't have to try. It automatically happens. As someone that's been, I was warned about it. So I went to
Do you
Dragon
go-
Con
do you
in
go posh?
2013.
you go full.
Oh,
Mate,
I'm going
I went
so-
from this.
so posh.
The moment I got warned by a friend of mine called Laban, he was like, "We're going to America. You're going to turn into Hugh Grant. Don't worry about it. Your accent will change. It will go back when you land back.
You'll
in
ham
England."
it up.
I went, "Fuck off, nah." First American that talked about, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Let me explain. You see, I've just come over from Britain.
You may not know where that is.
Now, I don't know if you're well versed on the continent.
It's next to
Where
Ireland.
me and Europe,
They're
we're a
not.
little island off.
Spoiler alert, they're not.
That's another
Take a
spoiler
shot.
alert. That's like fucking 11. That's like we're up to 11. I don't think they're gonna make.
Bruce is that dude exiting the trailer with his whiskey. Bang, bang.
I think we should go Peaky Blinders.
I'm going Peaky
Oh,
Blinders.
fully?
I think we should have tartan,
British
like fucking
gentlemen.
waistcoats and stuff.
British
have-
Pocket
gentlemen.
watches and shit.
I mean, you know how I go on a night
Absolutely,
out.
I
I'm
think-
going flat cap and everything,
and
boys.
then we'll just hammer up the British accent, and I think we will be the fucking
Abso-fucking-lutely.
talk of his
Where-
town.
Where's the sherry? Fucking bring me the port. We're fucking going old
We're
school.
going to go
Sherry?
to all the local
I
fucking
fucking
bars.
love sherry, mate.
We're going to go to all the local bars, and we're just going to make sure everyone knows that we've arrived.
I'm gonna walk in with Union flags, fucking waving them around.
Why are you like a fucking? He's like a
That's what we're gonna do.
He's like Homeland
yeah.
from The Boys. He's going to have a British Jack as a cape.
What? He's just gonna kill a dude for no reason, and people are gonna be like,
And then get some shapeshifters to change to my mum and drink their breast milk. I don't know if you've seen
we'll
The
be
Boys,
drinking
but
breast
that's
milk,
what
all
happens. I'll be giving it a good go. Whatever comes out, comes out.
I am not part of this, guys. Like,
that's for the gentleman.
It's going to be a wild time.
To the Flint County
Cow's
Police
only got
Department.
one tit.
So if you haven't clocked on, we're going to America soon.
I love
Next
the fact,
year.
I love
Well,
the fact
actually,
that you're
I'm
saying,
visiting earlier. I'm visiting this summer in August.
Oh,
I'm coming to
I
Denver,
summer in the
Colorado.
Hamptons, don't you know?
If there's any listeners from Denver, Colorado, I'm going to be there.
spoiler alert,
In
there's
August.
one. There's one.
That's fine. Come see me.
By the way,
Unless you're weird.
Hold on, you've just reminded me of something.
We're
This is
losing
the
a member of the
first
family, boys,
ramble.
here.
This is the first ramble that I can say this, and it hasn't actually been notified. A couple of years ago, Grayson said that he wanted a listener from Montana.
Oh, we got one!
We have had one download.
Yes!
We've
Montana
nearly
on the
hit every
list!
state, haven't
We have hit every state apart from Puerto Rico,
No, I don't give a fuck.
and there is
Hawaii?
one other. No, Hawaii, we've had one.
Alaska?
No, we've had one in Alaska.
Oh, shit.
I can't think of the one that it is.
Washington.
No, we've got plenty in Washington.
Washington State.
Oh, we got
Yeah,
any in Philly?
Washington State.
We got to have
Yeah, we
beautiful
got loads
city
in
of love.
Philly. We got loads in Philly.
Oh,
But
I'll be on my way.
all I want to
I wanna
say
go watch the
is we
Sixers.
have had a download in Montana. So that one person that went all the way to Montana and downloaded,
We appreciate you.
Just to download.
Just a download.
it is literally one download.
That's fine.
That
Not
guy,
for me.
that guy from Montana went, why the fuck would I listen to this?
He's getting a shout out and he'll never know.
It is lit-
Good on you, Terry.
At his Grandpa Simpson style, walked in, downloaded one, and walked back out.
Do you know what? Still fair. Salute him.
Look,
He's doing God's work.
he will never know. He will never
You'll
know.
never know how much of a hero he is.
How would he know?
No, who would have known?
Who would have known? Not me.
Yeah, so Sheeny's going to Denver.
I am. I'm going to Denver, Colorado for 10 days. And within those 10 days, I am going to Las Vegas for a short trip
Hookers.
with a friend of mine.
Cocaine and hookers.
We're flying from Denver to Las
He's
Vegas.
not saying no.
I'm not saying no.
Good boy.
I don't think I'll have to pay for it, though.
I don't give a fuck about
I
the
think
gambling.
you would.
still have to pay for a hooker. It's still their job.
No.
You don't walk into a
it's
restaurant.
Not like I'm
and
going
you
to
don't pay.
deny her payment. I'm just saying I don't think that I'm going to have to negotiate.
One of
the
us
payment.
spent a penny, and it's not me.
Cough up the funds, dear.
I just
You know you've had a good time. Now
No,
give me the
no.
money.
This is called tax. Give. The British are good at that.
Don't make me put a flag in
What are
you.
you doing there?
Oh,
What's these all finger motions
What
going
hookers are
on?
supposed
What
to
other
do you?
fingers do you use? The pinky.
The pinky.
Ah. Two in the pink.
That's so he doesn't disappoint when the real one comes.
You think this is big?
You enjoyed this? Then you're probably going to like
You're
this.
gonna love me.
Justice.
You're trapped in here with me.
Yeah, no, so short trip to Las Vegas.
Games. Let's talk about some
Games.
fucking
Games.
games. Come on.
What
We're
games?
talking about fucking...
GTA's been delayed.
what?
Yeah.
GTA's been delayed.
Rumoured to have
And
been
I'm
delayed.
not opposed to people delaying a game rather
Just
than
do it right.
It's rumoured at the
releasing
moment.
an unfinished game.
It's rumoured at the moment.
That's fine.
Just to do it right.
As long as you don't release
It's
an unfinished game.
GTA. They fuck that up. Their entire company goes down.
However,
They spend like 10 billion on fucking games.
Yeah.
I'll give Cyberpunk their dues. They released an unfinished game, and they fucking corrected it. And now it's one of the best games out there.
I'll do you one better. No Man's Sky.
That's brilliant. I love No Man's Sky, and I've talked about this before.
Cyberpunk came out as the game it was supposed to be, and it's currently the game
Yeah,
it
I
was
was going to
supposed
say,
to be.
I feel like No Man's Sky was released with the intention of we will make this better over a course, whereas Cyberpunk
No.
was this is a finished game, guys. And
No.
it wasn't.
No Man's Sky was supposed to be done, and when the backlash was like, "This is boring. We've got to the center. What now?" They went, "Oh fuck! 10 years of support."
And I play
Okay.
it more.
Okay.
And
Fair
it's
enough.
fantastic now.
It's a great game. Great game.
And you won't go back to it. But, can we talk about Play It Up?
Why?
Fuck it. Look, right.
Play up.
No. We're so cool right now with cocaine and hookers, and now we're going to talk about fucking us getting angry playing fucking concierge and chef.
This is the most angry I'm going to be.
All you
for a while.
American girls, cover your ears. We're about to get nerdy. Well, they might like that. I don't know.
I love the fact that you think there's girls listening to this. At all.
Give us a spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Actually, if you're a female and you listen to us, fucking reach out.
That's a good point.
We're not.
Why? What makes them different to the males?
No, it's be nice to know that we've got a larger demographic.
We haven't.
what?
Spoiler alert.
We've got a Mexican and a white dude. What more do you want?
From Detroit.
Holy shit.
You are the minority.
Talk about
my friend.
minorities. You can't say that.
Oh, he can't say it, but I get cut.
You get cut
There's
all the
fucking-
time.
Fuck me, there's double standards here.
No, there's not, because I will cut the shit out of this later. When I'm sitting there editing going, how much can I actually keep of this 2-hour-long episode?
No, talk about play up then.
Okay, right. Sam, you're shit at it.
You are shit, Sam.
Honestly.
I was playing with Fran earlier. We got to day 4 or 5. 2-player.
Thank you. Right? It's just about actually doing your fucking job right.
Yeah.
Okay? Sam is constantly, and he won't listen to this, so good. He is constantly interfering with shit that is not his job.
Well, I was playing the 2-player, me and Fran, the wife. I was in the kitchen doing dishes. She was in front of house and doing dishes when I needed backup.
There you go.
We were doing the steak.
Ah, see? The steak is quite difficult as well. I will give you that.
I found the steak easier than the salad because we didn't have enough countertops for the salad.
Ah, you see. That is the thing. You need more countertops, which means you need a bigger actual area. Which, by the way, I preferred when we had the bigger kitchen area because you were able to
the big
smash out
kitchen
more
area is
stuff.
fine, but the table placement becomes
You were able
a
to
problem.
smash more stuff out quickly and get
But
people in and
that's
out.
useless if there's no one to sit down for fucking get the shit you're smashing
Yeah,
out.
but that's you two's job. Okay? Alright? All me and Sam as the chef and the sous chef can do. Alright?
Pot boy, what are you talking
He
about?
is pop the sous
And
chef.
Sam
so
as a sous chef.
he is. And I was the fucking
Pot
guy
boy.
that did all the fucking
Pot boy.
I was literally cutting all the food and putting it on the plates. You guys are like pot boy.
I love how he's enthused by a cooking game, but the man can't cook.
I love cooking games. Overcooked is another one. I fucking love Overcooked.
This is better.
It is better for a group of us like this. But
better.
me and my missus, we fucking love Overcooked.
I think it's too difficult.
Fuck off! We had this conversation last night.
No,
it's
the
not
fact
too
that
difficult.
you struggle to get past 3 and just about reach level 4 means the game's probably too
Me and-
difficult.
me and
In
Frank
the chart
got
of stars
4.
that you can reach, in the start of chart, you get about halfway and you're fucking
No, but there's
overwhelmed.
points. No, there is. The whole point is it's a difficult game to complete.
Yeah, but if you were to do that in a couple of days sitting without
Would it
actually
be fun?
working towards it, you'd just move on to the next game, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
I still think there should be a difficulty setting.
There should, or
there is. It's called with Sam or
or
without Sam.
there needs to be a like we don't utilize the way that me and Fran got through really fucking like further than what 2 people should is to utilize the reroll on the blueprints for 10 coins.
What?
So you can when blueprints come in at the end of the day, you can go outside and re-roll all those blueprints to get different stuff.
I will also say there is one other thing that I thought about for tonight, because we're definitely going to do this tonight. I don't care. I'm going to be drinking and I'm definitely going to be the drunk chef. But the thing that we didn't do was utilize the booking more. We needed in the earlier, in the early
did
ones.
in the last few games.
I was
that we
going to
did.
say,
Yeah, he did.
I did it quite a
He
lot. I
nailed
earned
it.
us quite a bit of
Yeah,
money.
but I'm thinking in the
early
start, like in the early game,
It's only
fucking
early game,
bring it
and then it's
fucking in.
pointless.
Then it's pointless late game. Yeah,
but that's what I mean. Like early game, you need to fucking get that money in.
and
so you
rush
can
hour
set
was
it
the
up. Yeah.
worst thing ever.
I loved the rush hour idea because we were able to set it
That's
up.
why we lost. We got
That's
overwhelmed.
we lost because there aren't enough tables because all the room was in the kitchen.
True, but we also were able. Counterpoint to that, though, we were also able to get more food out because we had
Don't
more
get
counter
starters or
space.
desserts, guys.
Don't
Yeah.
do it.
Don't
Ruins
do
your
it.
Pro
game.
tip.
Your tables get too clogged. It's pointless.
Unless you've got the right setup.
Nobody's playing Play Up that listens to this.
They 100%
Should
are.
we, should we move on to something more podcast related? Should we talk about the big one?
Ooh.
The death of Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about
The
this.
OG
Me-
podcast.
We've saved it for part 2.
Yeah, I mean, me
And
and
I have no chicken in this fight.
yeah,
I'm
me,
afraid.
No.
me and Grayson have a lot to say about this, and it didn't hurt me anymore.
The only
it
thing I
didn't.
know about Rooster Teeth is that guy did that thing that isn't even
Gammon
that
Freak.
bad. And
Oh, Ryan Haywood.
The guy did a thing that I looked at and went, that's not that bad.
Oh, no, that wouldn't be Ryan. That would be the guy that was taking dick pics and coming on.
The guy that slept with the fan.
It was definitely Ryan
Oh,
Hayward.
the underage fan.
That was underage.
Was she underage?
Yeah.
Well, she was when they first started talking, yeah.
Yeah, but not when he actually met her.
No,
and slept
I
with
think
her, right?
she was...
She was 16.
No, she lied about her age.
Yeah, she
was
lied,
underage,
yeah.
but lied about her age to him.
Right, okay, right. Well, that's a grey area, but we won't go into that.
Yeah, let's not get into the controversies of Rooster Teeth.
Let's be honest, right, as well. Sheeny would be that person that's going to be controversial.
I find it very wrong that just these fans out there will force themselves upon you and then say that you're the bad guy because you have a position of power.
Yeah, the problem is...
But yet they're the ones that are throwing themselves at you. That's all I'm saying.
Because
That's all I'm
it's
saying.
supposed to come with status when they do so, and it doesn't.
Yes,
He's
but-
also married, children, cheating on his wife.
Was
that's
the-
a trash human being.
Obviously, there's other implications to it, absolutely. But if you were a single guy who had a
absolutely,
semi-successful
sex, drugs,
business
rock and roll.
yeah, precisely,
Absolutely. I'm all for it.
Absolutely.
Not a married man.
And you shouldn't have to live in fear that somebody's going to turn around and call rape.
No, but you should also be vetting maybe the women that you do sleep with.
Yes.
When
making
you're a
sure-
30-odd-year-old man.
You shouldn't also have to make them sign a fucking consent form.
And present ID. Like, for fuck's sake.
They shouldn't have to sign a consent form before they sleep with you, though.
The
I mean,
basics.
I am a
Although I would probly bring out a consent form.
You
clearly.
would. You would have a
Yeah,
legal
but
document.
I would. Absolutely, because the day and age that we live in now, if this podcast took off and we became famous to a point where we actually had female fans throwing themselves at us, I'd have to have a fucking consent form. Because I'd
you
live
would have
in
a
fear.
consent. There would be to end it, we would put a vetting system in place.
For you.
Thank you.
Literally just
it
for
would
you.
literally be...
I
well, we'll go
appreciate
that
it.
far.
Everyone would have to give me the thumbs up.
He's sitting there at the bar.
It goes to a vote.
I'll be doing the Chuck Norris thumbs
I
up.
just need one of you to put the thumbs up.
I'll be doing the Chuck Norris thumbs up to you.
We're good.
It's like controversies aside, because there are some that affect the end of Rooster
lot.
Teeth. So
Let's be
the
honest.
controversies have been discussed 1,000 times over and over again.
I don't think they have, though.
No, they have.
No,
really
no,
have.
no, no. You're
All
talking.
over, all over fucking Reddit and everything
No,
else.
you're talking about the
4chan.
controversy. You're talking about the controversies of Ryan Hayward.
No, he's
and,
talking about controversies.
I
in
mean,
general.
a couple of bits with Mika.
Specifically those ones.
Yeah, you're talking about the Mika and the fucking
Yeah.
Ryan Hayward. I'm talking about the other controversies that were never really actually spoken about, and I actually
Joel
believe
Heyman's probably the big one.
they led to the downfall of Rooster Teeth.
No, I think the downfall of Rooster Teeth was largely due to Ryan Hayward changing the image of Rooster Teeth from the cool internet company to, oh, it's just another fucking cesspool. And once one got out, then others started
Is
coming
it
out.
Bernie that
Because-
got out? Yeah.
No, Bernie's beautiful.
Bernie is.
Yeah, no, I meant he got out.
Yeah, he left at the right
he
time.
He did the right thing. And I
he-
hate to say it.
There's
okay,
nothing in his company that he didn't know was happening.
Which is
Nothing.
Which is
Oh, what happened after he left?
no, it did happen
It
during
was
the time he
happening
was there,
during, but it came out after.
which means he knew about it.
But I guarantee you,
Sometimes-
they all did.
sometimes
They
you
all
Go
did.
back
don't
and
know
listen
about
to the
They all
stuff.
did.
podcast. Like, there's
Sometimes you
fucking Michael and Barbara
They all did.
having an argument of why Ryan is staying in a city to
Yeah.
get a later flight because he just wants to spend a night.
Yeah, they all knew
sleeping
about
normally.
it, and
it's like,
I'm exactly the
Ugh,
same.
dodgy.
I'm exactly the same. We talk about the controversies. Okay, we'll get those out of the way. Simple enough. They all knew about it, but guess what? They all followed the party line, and that right there is where it became a company more than what it was.
I was going to say, do you think that
Warner
is a-
Brothers getting hold of it and their lack of utilization of normal monetary avenues for what are essentially influencers, regardless of whether they're a company or not, they are essentially influencers. They chose to ignore normal revenue paths through normal sponsorship, YouTube, and the like,
Yeah.
and went with their own platform.
I mean,
and the early days it were brilliant. Later days, not
I mean,
so much.
also, I also personally believe, because I was a guy that was invested, and you guys know I was invested in Rooster Teeth.
I went to RTX.
Achievement Hunter. Yeah, but I was invested in all that. I had a fucking first membership and all sorts of stuff like
Same.
that. And I can tell you that I loved it, but I could see the change happening. and I wasn't happy about it.
I guarantee you, if we named the one thing that changed that ruined Rooster Teeth, it would be the same thing.
Go on.
Achievement Hunter.
Yes. Achievement Hunter is what I watched. I used to watch Ruby, and I loved Ruby as well. I watched a few things like that from Rooster Teeth, but I didn't actually watch most of Rooster Teeth's stuff. I watched Achievement Hunter, and they ruined Achievement Hunter.
They ruined it because it wasn't friends playing video games anymore.
It wasn't.
It was corporate shills trying to be funny.
Kind of what I was going to say to you. Do you not feel like a lot of their downfall was the fact that they weren't genuine friends?
Yes,
that's what.
And it showed
that
on
was the problem.
like the difference between our podcast. If you got swapped out,
If one of us went down a path that we weren't, that the others thought was the wrong path,
we'd slap them
you'd
back into
fucking slap
position.
them in line again.
but
wouldn't
if
you?
two of us were to step away and one person carry on this podcast and pulled in two random people they thought were funny because they spoke to them during a convention once or in the pub once, that's essentially what Achievement Hunter became.
Yeah, but even worse than
And it
that,
didn't
though.
work.
No, but it was even worse than that. It was worse than even that. Like the idea of one of us going, "Hey, this guy's cool." It was more of some guy that had never actually spoken to this person, saw how they worked with the group, basically went, "Put him in,"
Yeah,
because diversity.
like
And I hate to say it, it is honestly the people that they put in, and I know who I'm talking about. Fiona Nova.
Fiona's terrible.
Added her in, and I was like, she's just not funny.
I will change my words. She's not terrible.
She's not funny.
She probably has a certain fan base that resonates with her comedy.
But it wasn't funny for Achievement Hunter.
Hunter was not it. Everyone
But
hated
the show wasn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone
No,
hated
no,
her.
any of her stuff. I used to watch it all the time.
Yeah,
and
but that's for you.
No,
For
but
you,
but
no,
that-
you can't
to
speak for
no, but-
everybody.
put it
That's
into-
what he's saying there's a small fan
no,
base for her.
I get that, but my missus used to sit there. She wasn't an Achievement Hunter, but she used to sit there and she'd be like, she's just not funny.
I know, yes,
She's
but
not,
Again,
but
there is a small fan base.
There
for
will be
her,
people
Yeah, but
that
that's what
find
I'm talking
her
about.
funny. Those
Small.
people were not Achievement Hunter
Yes,
fans.
because if you've got a bigger fan base, you would know about it, and so would everybody else. Like if you're likable enough to the fact that you've got a large fan base, people know about it.
Yeah.
To turn around to somebody and go, "Well, she's probably got a small fan base," does mean that she's not good enough.
It would be like us putting Rebel Wilson on the show and expecting gold.
Oh, God, no.
It just wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Doesn't click. The jokes don't resonate.
And-
There's no
yeah.
bouncing. There's
Yeah.
no
And it is
familiarity.
about pulling each other back as well
Yeah.
from that edge. Like
I mean-
like what Ryan, wasn't it? What he did.
Hayward.
Yeah.
I'm not being funny, but if anyone, more likely me, was to go down that dark path of doing that sort of thing,
Definitely
the two
you.
of you would notice immediately.
Yeah,
100%.
And you turn around and you go,
Sort it
"That's-
out, mate."
No.
Slap you back in
Sort it out.
position.
You'd go fucking no.
Yeah.
Because you're going to ruin
But
everything that you've got.
that's what Achievement Hunter was early on. It was started out as two guys in a competition for achievement points. Then it became a website about achievement points.
Yeah.
Then it became a small team of 4 that would record themselves playing games, having a laugh. Then that team grew to 6, who were all mates playing games, having a laugh,
Having fun.
And then when Ray left, they tried to replace him, and he resonated well with some, not with others. Jim liked him, I didn't.
Let's be honest, okay? Right, we know who it is. It's Jeremy Dooley.
Jeremy's not funny.
I loved him.
But that's what I mean. Some people liked him, some people didn't.
I thought
He didn't have the magic, and
Is he
could
the bald
not.
guy?
Yeah.
Yes, he
Right.
didn't replace Ray. He wasn't
No.
as funny.
He wasn't a
as
replacement
original,
for Ray, though.
and he
He's filling a gap. that was-
No.
Yeah, but
if
he-
you want to go along that basis,
It's
yes,
not about,
he filled
it's
the
not
gap.
about filling the person, it's
But-
about filling their place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he didn't fill that gap. What he did, though, he brought his own
and it didn't work.
person
No, the
for
personality
you.
that he brought was I'm a fan playing with my idols, not I'm equal to these people. Ray came in and was like, I'm funny. His Twitch and fucking entire fan base is still fucking huge
It
because
is
he's
big, yeah.
genuinely, naturally funny
Yeah.
in an awkward, dry way. Fucking, he did not get replaced at all
No.
by that guy to deliver something that was similar.
But Jeremy
He did.
also didn't replace him in that way either.
No, but that was the problem.
He
You've
did
already
start-
got the type of comedy that Jeremy is was already there,
Yeah,
and he
it
didn't.
is true.
He never added to it.
He became a fan which played on the tropes of being one of those people that was already there, rather than adding to what was there.
Yeah.
But
So he did.
You can see the difference, though. Like you said, he's not adding anything new.
Yeah, his jokes were like, I'm going to replay their greatest hits.
Yeah.
This is what I watched. I'm going to regurgitate that in a semi-original way.
He made some very good bits.
Yeah, but you're always going to have those individual moments where
one of my favourite people that was in there, and it won't be your favourite. It was Matt Bragg.
Matt Bragg's shit.
I know you don't like him.
Matt Bragg's fucking
But
awful.
I fucking loved him because he had a dry humour.
He just did not bring anything to Achievement Hunter that needed to change or needed to be there.
But he was Achievement Hunter.
You had Silly, you had the drunken idiot, you had the fucking straight evil guy who turned out to be really
let's
evil.
be honest. No, but the thing is, we didn't need to add anything to Achievement Hunter. Achievement Hunter, as it was good.
And if it was still going, the company would still be around.
But they added to it. And they added the wrong things to it.
They tried to make it an entire lifestyle rather than just putting out the fucking videos.
Put the content out.
I don't want behind the scenes throwing moonballs around your fucking office. I don't care. That is something that you put on TikTok as a fucking bonus piece of shit.
You put it as a patron thing.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Behind the scenes,
oh, great. You put a
content.
hole in one of the fucking mates' desks. That's not a video. That's something we'd go, Twitter, fucking, this is funny. I've just smashed Sheeny's desk in.
TikTok.
Yeah, I've just smashed his desk in. They made a fucking 15-minute video about it. There's the downfall of fucking Achievement Hunter, really.
I mean,
that's what it boiled down to. They stopped playing games, resonating, being funny, and started being stupid slapstick 15-minute, essentially, Vine videos.
That's what. Well, they went along the lines of influencers playing games.
Yes, I don't care. I don't want to see their faces.
Instead of gamers playing games,
be funny.
And that was
your voice and your personality is what it's supposed to carry.
Be funny.
Hence why we've never done a video yet. We wanted to build this show off the basis of our personalities and our personalities.
Eventually, we will go to
video.
Put
videos out there. Of
eventually,
course we will.
Yeah.
But it's in the pipeline. But it's not right now because it's not the right time. It's not the right content. Essentially what we would do is record our normal shit, put it out for people that want it on a podcast, put the video out for people that want it on a video. That's all you've got to do. Stop fucking with a system that works. Achievement Hunter ruined it.
I will say that they started adding fucking corporate fucking shills.
Corporate shills.
Into the fucking
The moment
mix.
they were bought by Warner Brothers. No, it was someone else first, wasn't it? They were bought by some other fucking company that was owned by Warner Brothers. The moment that happened, that company died.
And that was the problem as well. Because at that point, before they were owned by that company,
they were answering to themselves.
Look. Let's be honest. If I was in the same position as Gus, Bernie, Matt, I would have done exactly the fucking same. And Jeff, I'd have done exactly the fucking same. But then I would have regretted it later.
But you also, in hindsight, probably done the same but regretted it later. You'd also put "don't fuck with our shit" in the contract.
That is the thing. In the contract, it would have been, we do what we fucking think.
Why would you change an already working system anyway?
But they did. Because
thing.
Let's be honest, it's exactly the same thing as what we were talking about in the last episode, DEI and stuff like this.
You don't change, you can add to, but you should never change.
They started adding in all these different things that they were trying to show, like we're a diverse group and we're all
sprinkle
friendly.
In new things and see if it works. That's absolutely fine.
None
That's
of it
the whole
worked.
point. We sprinkled in the scenarios to see if they'd work.
Yeah, our show has evolved from doing reviews of anime shows to a D&D show, or a tabletop role-playing game show, and a comedy scenario show with some other stuff sprinkled in on the side every now and then.
We tried stuff and it worked.
We tried stuff, it worked. We produce better shows because we do what we like.
Yeah,
none of
we
them.
We don't target people, do we? We just go, what do we like?
If your job was to go be funny on a microphone for 9 hours a day, you couldn't produce 9 hours of comedy content every day, 5 days a week.
No, you just couldn't.
You couldn't do it.
It's just not possible.
Put stuff out when it's finished. Put stuff out when it's funny. Put stuff out when it works. Stop trying to make your influencer lifestyle a corporate one.
The thing is as well, I think you might agree about this. The moment I realised Rooster Teeth was fucked was when they started apologising for their own jokes. Because as soon as you show weakness and you go, I'm sorry for what I said 10 years ago.
The cancel culture. Yeah.
Right? That's when you go, we can't do the same things that we were doing, and we've got to make completely new
No different
things.
to British television now. It's
but
you know,
that's
when
every
Little Britain-
industry ever.
But it's desensitizing.
But the thing is, adapt, make jokes that are relevant at the time you record the joke. And if it's not funny anymore in 10 years, then it's not funny anymore in
guess
10
what?
years.
It's still
Keep
there.
rolling with the fucking environment that you're in.
Yeah.
Don't get stuck.
Yeah.
You evolve.
Like
But the thing is, right, keep the stuff that you had, because the thing is, I still go back and watch their Minecraft videos.
Never apologise or get rid of any of you.
Because you meant to say that at that point.
Yeah,
looking using us as an example, we didn't stop doing what we do. We just changed the subject of how we did it.
Because we still enjoyed it.
We loved anime when we were doing the fucking
I mean, we
review
still
show.
love anime. I'm watching anime
very
now.
much so.
Yeah, but we felt it was too difficult to keep up. It was bogging us down. We wanted to try something different.
And
we
we
wanted
weren't
to do
enjoying it.
something
Didn't
that
want our
was more...
quality to drop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we wanted to do something that was more relevant to the way that we were feeling at the time.
Yeah.
And we rolled with it. The personalities are still the same. The jokes are still the same.
Exactly.
It's still the same performance. It's still the same delivery
And
upon
this-
the same fucking network on the same podcatchers.
And this is where Rooster Teeth went wrong.
And I don't apologise for anything I've said in any fucking podcast ever. And I've come close to the fucking line.
I do.
No, we've
I
crossed the
do
line.
apologise.
We've edited it out.
I was about to say.
I don't listen to my own podcast, so
I
I don't
do
know what they've
apologise.
edited and what they haven't.
we do edit a lot out, but that's because we just
It's
we
Grayson.
just roll with it. It's our personality.
Yeah.
It's Grayson.
But you gauge what's actually allowed at the time based on the environment that you're in. And if you go, that's too close to the belt, cut it. Like, don't cut it 10 years after the fact.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. You still did it.
Yeah.
Like, Disney can try and distance themselves from the fact they did fucking Donald Duck as Hitler, but they still fucking did it.
Yeah,
Crows
exactly.
in Dumbo.
Yeah, the crows.
You know,
Yeah,
Yeah, but
exactly.
this is the thing, right? I don't think you should get rid of it because at the time it was relevant, and if
It
people
was.
want to watch
At the time,
that
that
they'll
was
watch it.
at the time that's the landscape you're in, and if that's evolved and your show is still stuck in that
people
landscape,
will stop watching it.
then you've got a problem.
Best example, Song of the South.
Yeah,
The
very
Disney
yeah.
film Song of the... And I'm not going to lie. As a child, that was one of my favourite Disney films.
Oh, that's a problem film.
It's a massive problem film.
It's a problem
A
film.
slave in his shack, in his plantation,
Yeah.
telling a story about the rabbit.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it's a problem film. But as a child, I loved that film.
But in the environment that it was built in, that
Not-
was acceptable.
Didn't make me like a racist. The film. I was a child. I enjoyed the film. I enjoyed the story about the rabbit. I enjoyed the music. I didn't look at that film and go, "That's the society. That's how it should be."
Yeah.
Absolutely not. It didn't teach me any bad things.
and this
at
is
all.
No, but what it
I
has
want-
done-
Why fucking erase it from history?
But 20 years, 25 years later, you're going, that was a bad film.
Then you put
But don't get rid of it.
You put a message at the beginning of the film. There are depictions in this show that are dated for the time that it was made.
Yeah, that do not qualify with our current belief system or our
That's all you
current
need.
corporate standing.
That's all you need. That's
Done.
it. Don't lock it in a Disney vault and pretend it never happened.
I'm going to be honest. I even think that's too far.
No, that's fine.
You should be able to turn around
No,
to
you
your
can put a
own.
message and go, just a pre-warning to people, there are things in here that you might find offensive, but actually they weren't at the time, you know, but then also not views that we have now. That's absolutely fine.
I
to
just
put a
think
message in
I
there.
just think you should be able to stand by your stuff and go. At the time, that was not offensive. At the time,
That's essentially what that message is.
Yeah,
that wasn't
that
offensive
is.
then. It is now, but we're
You're allowed
not.
to
We're
pre-warn.
not going to lie and try and erase
Yeah.
that from
No.
our
no,
history.
you
We
pre-warn.
made it.
and guess
You're
what?
Suck
watching
it
the
up.
show, you might see some stuff you're going to find offensive.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? It's not for the time it was made.
And guess what? Now we're different people to what we were back then.
But our views right here and right now, especially about things like that, are millennial views.
They're also
Any millennial would, I genuinely believe, any millennial, most millennials, a large percentage, would agree with us on
fuck
everything
me.
we say with
Go
that.
back to Star Wars from the episode we just
Yeah.
fucking did. Go back to episode 1. Fuck me, they ripped the shit out of the Chinese. They ripped the shit out of the Jewish people in that movie. And back then, no one batted an eyelid. Looking at it now, you go, ooh, ooh, no. But you're still going to watch fucking episode
Little
1.
Britain.
Little
Yeah,
Britain's
Little
probably
Britain.
the worst person,
Little
the
Britain.
worst show by two people to ever ever fucking exist. But back then, that was the height of British
and I'm sorry,
comedy.
I still find it funny.
It is funny. Of course, it's funny.
But it's
Meant to
contextual.
be fucking funny. It's not meant
And
to
that is
hurt people.
I mean,
or cause offence. It's just
Little
funny.
Britain walked so white chicks could run.
That's a good point. Like that movie, now you'd be like, oh, you ain't getting that.
But
out.
white chicks.
Yeah, you ain't getting that out
If
now.
you pitch that the other way around, you've got a problem.
Yeah,
Which is essentially what Little Britain was.
but that's what I'm on about, though. Like that wouldn't get made now,
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't.
and a lot of that won't be made. Wouldn't
But
be
the
now,
irony
made
is
now.
that things like Deadpool 3 that don't play to the tropes and will say what the fuck it feels like will be successful because of that reason. Because people still want the boys.
The Boys is a great
Is
example.
a successful TV series because it didn't give a fuck.
Yes.
Which is what Rooster Teeth used to be. It was this
But
outlying
even today,
giant that
even
pulled
today
in an
it's
audience.
the same, isn't it? Even today, any TV series that's made or any movie that's made that doesn't give a fuck and will still throw things out there that other people might find offensive does very well. It's very successful because people still appreciate it and find it funny and don't look too deep into it.
That's the reason Daniel Sloss is so funny in the current comedy circuit.
I think going back to Rooster Teeth, though.
I'm trying to circle back.
Yeah. Going back to Rooster Teeth and like the reason why that failed so badly is because it stopped being what it was supposed to be, and it became so corporate. But that doesn't mean I didn't love it at the time.
It could still be corporate and still be treated as a business. Like
no, I disagree because as soon as you start putting the risk of people's jobs, and I feel like that's where they came undone.
Sidemen.
They started becoming, but this is what I mean.
That's the way to do it. They haven't changed their formula.
They don't give a fuck. You've seen their videos.
But exactly, that's what I
want.
mean. They got fucking Angry Ginge on to say some stuff that he shouldn't be saying to women. And it was the funniest fucking shit, and everyone loved it because the sidemen understand who the fuck they are and who their audience is.
Ricky Gervais said it. Said it perfectly. A joke's a fucking joke because it's meant to be funny, not offensive.
Yeah,
I say these things because I'm playing a role. I'm trying to be funny. I'm not being serious. It's a fucking joke.
If it was serious, you'd get a punch.
A joke.
If Rooster Teeth had done what sidemen currently do.
Committed.
Which is to commit to the role that they know what it is. It's to be funny to fucking adolescent and young fucking audiences between fucking 25 and 15 who find them hilarious because of poo jokes and dick jokes. They would still be around. But
probably more vibrant.
In fact, you can widen that age range because you'd reach fucking middle-aged men.
I was still watching them at 30-odd years old because I found it funny.
Yes.
At the Rooster Teeth podcast.
The greatest podcast to ever grace any podcast platform.
And I would say
in its first 200 episodes.
And I would also say what's probably tinged some of what we do here.
Yeah.
Like some of what podcasting has been affected, and I would say the people that I watched have affected the person that I am more on mic.
Bernie Burns is a personal hero. I have 3 of them.
Yeah, I know.
I've got Will Smith, Marty McFly, and Bernie Burns. They're my personal heroes. I fucking wanted to be them. I take life lessons from them. Bernie taught me so much about life when I was growing up. It was unfucking real, and he did it by accident. My personality on a microphone is just Bernie Burns with Jeff thrown in. Like that's when we were doing this, I was like, that's the role I'm going to play. That's what I'm going to do. To see Bernie leave the company was heartbreaking. To see Bernie come back for the end of the company is soul crushing.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Horrendous.
Because I saw that the other day. I sent it to you.
Like
I saw basically Rooster Teeth put out a post which was Bernie Burns poking from behind a curtain.
Red and blue curtain.
And I was like, is he coming back to save what's left of fucking Rooster Teeth?
No.
And you went, no, he's there for RVB. But you noticed the first thing I went to was, he's coming back to save the fucking company.
Because that's all it would take.
That is all that it would take, is them to go, we'll buy the remnants.
You would have 4 of the... Because Matt Holland's back as well.
He's never left.
You would have 4 of the originals
back
in the company at its end, And I guarantee you, everybody from the last 21
they'll be
years would flock in if you got those 4 people in a room.
And they'll be there. 100%.
That's how influential it is, though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but that's who made the company what it is. That's what defined what Rooster Teeth was. Bernie Burns and Matt Hollum are the writing force behind everything funny you've ever seen at Rooster Teeth that did not involve Achievement Hunter.
Yeah,
Any
Achievement
show
Hunter was
you
its
love
own
went through
thing.
those 2 people.
Yeah, Achievement Hunter was its own thing. And by the way, you want to talk about something that's depressing? Like I said to you, I went back and watched some of their Minecraft, the original OG Minecraft
When it was funny.
videos, when it was funny.
It's still funny.
Okay, still funny. It's got 5.5 million views. Okay, which is not huge,
It's not great.
but it's still big for anybody, really.
But when you get a TikToker that's getting 11 million
Yeah, but-
views on a,
Yeah, but
on
the
a
difference
2-minute
is-
video, like,
Yeah.
Hold on. Their last... I had a look at their last episode before their goodbye episode, because that got more.
yeah,
The episode before that they posted, 36,000.
yeah. Their TikTok says it all. 200, 400 views.
Well, when you've got chocolate,
On the
you've got chocolate strawberries becoming the most liked thing on TikTok.
Yeah. Like,
But this is what I'm on
400
about. Like,
views for what was the biggest internet company to ever show up as far as influencers are
and it
concerned.
was.
On the biggest platform currently on the internet, social media is concerned, 400 views is a problem.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm on
That
about.
is
Like,
not staying relevant.
Because I was going to say they became irrelevant.
Yeah,
with the modern generation.
Yeah.
became out of touch.
You know.
And I mean, all right, we'll get to the end of this, but favorite thing,
From Rooster Teeth.
yeah,
The answers are a bit. It depends on what my era of Rooster Teeth you go to. Right at the end, the Bernie vlogs was the only thing I ever watched because I love Bernie. Like,
okay. What about the
absolutely love
podcast?
him.
Because I know you love the
The
podcast.
RT podcast is the greatest podcast show of all time.
What about precise episode?
Except this one.
You
Precise
got one.
episodes. My number one favorite moment is
Headlight fluid.
the headlight fluid and Bernie getting mad because the crew are making a noise while they're trying to record.
Wait, you meant? Hey,
Hey,
shut up!
hey,
Shut up!
podcast. Like it's still funny. It still tickles me in a way that I've never been tickled by a podcast since. Like and Gavin in the early days just being so
Yeah.
stupid. Fucking headlight fluid was
Yeah.
a perfect example of
yeah.
what magic happened on those microphones.
But
in
it
the
was
early
just
days.
stupid. It was stupid shit that constantly happened. So, I mean, one of my favorite things, I've got 2, okay? Favorite things, the RT shorts,
The RT,
early days
But
RT
again,
shorts.
a complete accident. That was a fan making animations
Yep.
on short little snippets from shows.
By the way, if anybody actually out there can do
Oh, get it
animations,
done.
get in
Go
touch
listen to our
because we want
scenarios.
it.
And
please,
animate
for the love
them.
of God, do some animations of us.
Fuck me, we will love you because
We love it.
you would add a layer that we
I
can't.
genuinely think there's gold in there somewhere as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, there's plenty of gold. We just got to fucking dig it.
Yeah, you got to get it from the ore.
The other thing that I will forever laugh at is Achievement Hunter mini golf.
The mini golf is very funny. And the first few episodes of Minecraft where they rebuild their house like 10 blocks away from their original
It's
house.
like
without
5
knowing.
blocks away.
Yeah.
Literally, they build it there, and then they're like, "We've lost the house. We'll have to build a new one," and they build it there.
And fucking Gavin, when he's digging down and he doesn't know to put a torch. It's early day of Minecraft. No one knew what the fuck we're doing.
Oh, it's dark at the center of the earth.
Fucking me, I can't see anything. And Michael comes in screaming, "Oh my god, it's dark on the center of the earth!" It's fucking hilarious. It's just funny as shit. Those early episodes are magic that will never be recreated on the internet.
Yeah,
They're just not.
What about the one where they're in space?
Oh my god. Oh
it's
my
not
god.
gay if it's on the moon. Fucking
Suck
yeah.
on my dick. Oh, do 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 do.
We thought you'd like
Fucking
it. See,
Moonbase Alpha was probably the funniest thing,
Or-
the last funny thing to come out of Achievement Hunter. Fuck me, I
No,
love
no, no.
GTA 4 as well. The videos from that,
Grayson, you don't understand. Edgar's the one in the hole.
but that's Ryan Hayward being a psychopath.
He was the psychopath.
It's all there,
And yeah.
but he has tainted those moments
Yeah.
for me because you don't understand. Edgar's the one in the hole was fucking hilarious until it really wasn't.
Yeah.
Until it really, really wasn't.
You You weren't there at the time.
Nope.
Basically,
So,
what happened was
there
was a cow that they put in a hole, and he glassed over.
Ryan put it in a hole, then he put dirt over it, and then he called it Edgar, and then Michael and Gavin came in and freed Edgar. And then when they came back the next episode, Edgar's there and he's got a glass roof this time, so you can see him. And Michael and Gavin are like, "What the fuck? What?
We got rid of him.
We got rid of your cow. What's he doing?" And he's like, "You don't understand. Edgar's the one in the hole."
So it was
And
the
it
freakiest
just came out of
thing.
nowhere. It's fucking hilarious until it isn't. Until
Yeah.
context is given that he is a fucking psychopath.
Yeah,
And then it's still funny, but
it is still funny.
for
though.
political correctness, we've got to say it's really not that funny.
No, it was fucking hilarious at the
It's
time. When you read,
hilarious.
when you
He's a
were,
philanthropist. He's not.
I
He's a god.
Yeah.
Like,
No, you're all right, but looking back on the videos, those moments of him being a lunatic, you kind of go,
you can see why he'd go down the dark path.
it gets a bit too close
Yeah.
The man
to the
went
belt.
to the dark side.
you'd be the one with Edgar in the hole. We get
Yeah.
it. It's fine.
Yeah, and just pretty much everything Ray did in the Cloud Run and everything else, like fucking massive props to the Achievement Hunter in the early days.
Yeah.
Everything they touched was gold.
And that is the thing. Like a lot of what podcasters and anybody like that now, they don't understand because they probably don't know.
You're here because of Rooster
You're
Teeth.
here because of those guys that did this at the start. Like a lot of what they've actually done has been the formation and the basis of what you guys do these days.
So we'll raise an empty glass to Rooster Teeth.
Yeah.
I've got some more.
Yeah.
I've got some more.
No, I shouldn't drink anymore. I'm driving. But I will raise an empty glass to them.
Yeah.
I'll raise an actual glass to them.
Yeah. To all the OGs, Bernie, Matt, Jeff.
Bernie's the one that gets me.
Even Jail. Even
Joel.
Joel Heyman.
Yeah.
Fucking mad props for Caboose. It was a pleasure growing up with that as comedy because
It kept me through the
I-
fucking nights.
Now we're the comedy.
I hope that the
at
current
me.
generation that are around that age have something that they love as much as I love.
No,
Rooster Teeth.
look at me. We're the comedy. All right?
No, look at me.
For some people, we are the comedy.
Yeah, which is, it's a nice full circle thing to think about. There are some people that think we are the funniest podcast on the internet because we are. Underappreciated.
We're just undiscovered
we
voices.
we were just inspired
But,
by
yeah.
what we listened to.
Everything.
We just wanted to be us.
At least two people around this table, everything we do came from Rooster Teeth's. walks.
Yeah, I'm just au natural. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Like,
I mean, I tried to force it down your throat as much as I could.
And on that note,
Join us for
you
Witcher.
can join us next time when we're going to do The Witcher Season 2. If you've got any questions or queries, you can go to our Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook at How Not to Summon. Go to our Linktree at How Not to Summon a Podcast, or go to our Discord at How Not to Summon a Podcast, or go to our YouTube where you can watch all our videos because we're going to try and grow there, and we will get around to releasing some YouTube exclusive video content.
Will we?
Eventually.
well, we're not going to play games on camera.
No.
'cause we get cancelled very quickly.
But we're going to eventually turn this into a podcast that you can watch with us sound a sofa.
We can do it live.
Yeah.
Eventually. Fuck
Yeah,
it, we'll
that's
do
the
it
plan.
live.
That's the plan. Anyway,
Oof, uncensored.
I've been the biggest RT fan since Red vs. Blue episode 2, Mr. Grayson.
I've been the biggest AH fan. Mr. Jim.
I don't know what Rooster Teeth is. I'm Sheeny Senpai.
Ta-ra!
See you later.
Bye.